Welcome back to the Film Cynics on C-FAX 1070. Steve and Brian sitting in on a Sunday afternoon talking movies, TV, and pop culture. And we've got some special guests today, Donovan Aikman and Kathy Kay from the Victoria Film Festival here to talk to us a little bit about the fest. So the countdown is on. Well, I guess it's been on for a while now, but now it's starting to get to pins and needles time. 5 days till we're rolling. That doesn't even count, I guess, the Friday when we're doing the gala opening. A lot of exciting stuff going on.
It's very exciting. Isn't it exciting?
It's always exciting.
It's very exciting.
So we have the gala opening fest on the Friday night, and my understanding is tickets are already sold out for that.
Yes.
So I'm psyched.
Are you going?
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure I've canceled your pass by now. Hey, if I could sell a seat, why am I giving it to you?
Yes, of course. And then, so Saturday, gala opening. What's the first screening? The Chef of the South Polar?
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that film?
Chef of the South Polar. It's a semi-autobiographical recollection about a chef who actually worked at the South Polar Station. It's from Japan. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's very touching, quirky.
The chef decides that he has to, because there's 8 scientists that are down there, and they're, it's desolate, and so the chef decides to take on the challenge of making meals memorable. And so when you can't run out to the grocery store to get whatever you need, there's all that planning and all that thought, and he's coming up with lobster and foie gras and all that kind of thing, and in the end, people want noodles, and so it's a really sweet look at what that's like to be isolated, and at the same time how you survive and make that an interesting experience, and make it special.
What went into deciding that would be the film to start the fest?
A lot of factors. We argue about these things for months.
We do talk about it for a long time, and it's not for months because the program really gets finally nailed down kind of mid-December. So we have about a week to make a decision once we know exactly what films you've got, because you want to really know what you're drawing from. And so, like last year when it was the Coco Chanel one, that was a big epic-y kind of film. Lots of times we like to open with a Canadian film, but this year we didn't feel like there was one that fit quite the right mark for us. And so this one, it was a pleaser. It's an audience pleaser. People will enjoy it. I don't necessarily want to have a really dark film, when you're about to lead people into a party. So you want to you have to think about all those factors and pull them into consideration, I think.
Okay. Now, so as far as the fest going on, so it's from the 4th to the 13th. Let's say there's some obsessive listener to our show. I'm sure there's plenty of them who is saying right now, I want to go, I want to participate. What do they have to do to be able to join in on the fun?
You need to buy a ticket.
Buy many tickets.
First, you can go online, or you can find a program guide. They're around.
They're all
coffee
over the
shops
place.
And stuff. Yeah. Well, we had 30,000 in Monday Magazine, and so you get a program book or go online and look at all the films and then read the descriptions in the program guide. They're quite short this year, so it's more like a reference. And if you want a longer description, if there's films that interest you, then you'd read the longer description and see if it's fit your bill.
I'm very fond of the playbill style. Very nice.
Yeah, I really like this. Everybody's really like this, I think. But so and then you have to figure out how to get a ticket, which is online, or go to the box office, or fingers crossed they'll still be available at the door if you just turn up.
So the website is victoriafilmfestival.com.
Yes.
Box office is on Blanchard Street, as far as my last research on Google Earth told me. I remember it being on the corner, and now it's moved down the street just a little bit.
Just around the corner. So we're right on the front on Blanchard, where the Capital 6 is. So there's
conveniently located, for sure.
Very conveniently.
Now, my understanding is your venues are more than just the Capital 6 and the Odeon. What venues are being used for the festival this year?
Well, we're out and about in the city. We have the Simpson Cinema, which is not only doing the screening there, but we're going to be doing 2 off-site film discussions. We also have our Converge program that we're really excited about. This is our third year for Converge, and for that we're actually taking over part of the downtown all around Humboldt Street on Saturday the 12th. We're turning 20 venues plus some surprise venues into little micro cinema venues, so you can go one place, catch movies for 20 minutes, walk to another, catch movies for 20 minutes, and then go to another venue, catch movies for the entire afternoon, and then we wrap all that up with a party at Oyster to boot, and that's just one of the things we're doing to keep it out there.
Excellent. Now, if you're like me and are always look for the things that disappoint you, I was disappointed to see that George Romero is bailed out. He's not coming. Now, how are you making this up to the loyal festival participants?
Well, we tried to make it up to the zombies. I tried to get Tom Savini, and we couldn't make it happen. So I don't think I'm going to make it up to the zombies this year. But we are screening Beautiful, which is the Oscar-nominated film with Javier Bardem in place of that, as well as The Illusionist, which is another Oscar-nominated by the director who did Triplets de Belleville.
Yeah, good score, by the way.
Yeah, we really lucked out in terms of that. But I'm sorry to the zombies.
Yes, I had been bragging to some of my movie buddies, and now I can say instead I'm going to be checking out The Illusionist, which I'm very happy to say is coming. No, that's great.
I have a question. You're going to hate me for this, and probably all festival directors hate this. If I only can see one movie at this festival,
right?
What would I go see, or what would you recommend?
Could I just one? I was going to give him 3.
I know that.
I'm always a fan. Okay, 3. Let's do that.
And Donovan's 3 are going to be different than my 3,
good,
right? Because it's like everybody's opinion is so different, about what they like. So I would go see The Politics of Crime, which is the Larry Weinstein evening, because I think people really like his films. He has a way of touching people, and this one's is very funny. And he'll be there for the whole night. So we're making an event of it. He's going to be there. He's going to talk about it. And so he's a real showman. So I think that's a real winner. Into Eternity, I love. It's about, in the Atacama Desert down in Chile, there's an observatory where, because there's no humidity, they get the most amazing view of the universe. And also, there are these women who are in the desert trying to find the remains of their missing, the guys that Pinochet just, after they murdered them, they put them out in the desert. And it's this beautiful, very poetical film, and it's very moving, and it just asks really interesting questions. So you're thinking the whole time you're watching that movie, and that's very exciting these days, because I like escapist movies as well as, but to have a movie that challenges you like this one does, and Into Eternity does, they're very, it's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Donovan?
I was actually going to agree with Kathy on the politics one.
Yeah.
Partly because I think the best thing about any festival, going to movies is always an event, but this film festival is an event unlike any other, in Victoria. And not only you get a chance to see a sneak peek of Larry Weinstein's upcoming work, he's going to be there commenting on it. And that's the kind of insight and work with a director that you don't normally get a chance to see. So that one's really unique. And if anybody asks me for these things, my next thing is always, what do you like? Because we have tons of movies for everybody, and I can recommend films. You may not like them because it's just not your thing. But if you were asking me for these kind of blanket things, then I'm always saying, what's the kind of movie I think is really great and you're never going to see again?
Yeah.
I'm kind of rooting for Marimbas from Hell. It's a great little deadpan comedy about a marimba player who joins a heavy metal band in Guatemala. It's delightful, it's thoughtful, it's simple, and you're never going to see it again in Victoria. And we're really happy to have that movie. But you gotta kind of come and see it when you've got it here. Other great ones, The Bone Man, I think, is one everybody's going to like, particularly given that. The girl who played with fire, the girl who kicked the hornet's nest, is getting so much attention. The European detective fiction is kind of picking up. Bone Man, not the same kind of movie, but if you like that, it's gritty, it's interesting, its plot twists are engaging without being, pretentious, like fake. It feels very real, very gritty, pulls you in.
Cool.
All right.
Can I just add one more?
Yeah.
Awakening the Skeena. I really like that movie. It's about a woman who's decides she's going to swim the entire length of the Skeena because they're looking to put pipeline through, which is just going to destroy this really pristine habitat. And it's interesting how people get on board and just that triumphant feeling that from accomplishing something. And You know.
All right. So,
I like that movie.
I'm hearing real diversity, which I guess is like the most important part of doing a festival.
Very much so, yeah.
We have 164 movies, and we love them all. So
excellent.
It's very important as long as you're not doing a genre festival, of course.
Yes, indeed. Now, and locally, are we well represented locally and on the island at all?
Well, yes, as always, we have the Victoria. It used to be the Victoria Film Producers Association. Now it's the Independent Film Professionals Association. I want to get the name right for them. They were just on Eye on the Arts, 2 shows before us here. Cascadia from Jim Knox is there, and we've got short filmmakers out as usual. We have Maureen Bradley's Pants on Fire. We have Alice Faye's Dearest, and we've got some new stuff from Scott Amos. So it's in there. It's definitely there, as well as our Film Can program that we do every year. And you can go to Vimeo and search for Film Can and see the ones that local students have made.
Okay. 5 days to go. You can check it out at victoriafilmfestival.com. The office is at 1212 Blanchard, if I'm not mistaken.
You are mistaken.
Oh.
It's 12:15.
12:15. Oh, you would almost hit that.
Across the
I think you meant the liquor store. Yes, nice.
That's why you remembered it.
Well, thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate the little window into the festival, and everybody can go and check out debut screening on Saturday night. Yeah, I'm very excited. Thanks for coming in. We're going to take a news break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about explanations for some of these Oscar nominations.
Sure.
Have a very informative news break. Take care.